Now, from an engineering standpoint,
I'm going to ask you, Roger, to take off your engineering hat and put on your management hat. We have faxed you through a flight readiness certificate.
We often take the personal or human impact out of particularly big catastrophic events. And that's what I saw, is my former home on fire. It's so overwhelming, it's difficult to step into, but I also believe unless we do, we'll keep not being motivated enough to make the tough decisions and choices to actually prepare ourselves or prevent catastrophic events.
It was a dramatic, catastrophic event, a loss of life of 11 people, colleagues, friends, and the impact on many, many lives and livelihoods around the Gulf of Mexico and far beyond. Individually and collectively, as leadership, there were many things we didn't really look at properly, honestly, and with enough reflection. That was one of the personal reflections coming out. There's things I could have done collectively as leadership team, we could have done differently, should have done differently, in order to prevent the Deepwater Horizon accident to happen.
That's the outcome of our safety journey, is he's alive and well and able to continue his career with his family. There are two courageous people, but then think about the courage that we all need to have. The courage of leadership to say that we will call a halt to operations, we will invest the time, the money and the energy into making sure that that is the outcome. The courage to speak out. The courage to say to the management, put on your engineering hat before we make a final decision. And the courage of our convictions as safety professionals to ensure that we drive the outcomes that we can be proud of.
Let's keep up the good work.
Let's prevent the accidents happening as much as possible. But when an accident does happen, we are going to put in place a second, a third, a fourth level of resilience in the system which prevents injury and fatality.
As a senior leader, one creates the context, the culture and the means in which the organization functions. And one cannot delegate that. One is entirely responsible and accountable for that. Giving people the means, the freedom to act, the freedom to challenge, so creating a culture of transparency, of trust, what I would call authentic leadership.
This whole idea of why people don't speak up, and we should create that safe space for people to speak up. I think in some ways that it's an oversimplistic view of the world. Is this more than just the captain being a bully, creating a psychologically unsafe space, or could it be something more? And is it that he did not trust in the competence of the people?
What's the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear the word safety? And I would bet that for most people it's something that has gone wrong. They think of an accident, they think of an incident, they think of a case, of a situation. So we associate safety with things that actually aren't safe. Why don't we look at it when things go well and try to understand how they go well, instead of looking at things when they fail and try to understand how they fail? The purpose of safety is to make sure that as much as possible goes well. Not to prevent things from going wrong, but to ensure that they go well.
It's really a paradox that it's only when you talk about safety that people look at failures and things that go wrong. If you look at other aspects of the business, they look at what goes well.
So I think that is what learning from what goes well does. It opens up possibilities for improvement in various areas. And then it is up to you to decide where you want to focus more.
I often wonder if treating one another with respect, empathy and humanity is not one of our biggest accesses to preventing catastrophic events. If you see, I'm wearing a green heart, and on the green heart are 72 stars, one for each of the people that died in the Grenfell Tower fire. That's really my motivator, to honour them.